Okay, welcome back. So this is going to be video 1 of 3. And again, the thesis is going to be our country's history begins with the clash of Native and European peoples. Last time we looked at preconceptions or misconceptions and using primary sources to discover worldview. Today we're going to look at how did Native relationships differ from European relationships. Okay, so this is going to be a little challenging. This is my very first time trying to teach this topic online. I've done it for years in the classroom. And what I normally do is I give you different groups, different slides where they summarize what they see on the slides from a primary source or from a secondary source. Remember, the primary is from the original period. The secondary is from a historian from our time period. And information is pretty interesting all about Native American relationships. The problem is that I can't really give you the answers here because I want you to figure it out. But what I will do is I will absolutely respond to your guesses, but I want you to tell me, what do you see on the slides? What do you think is going on in your own thoughts, okay? So when I grade your work, please make sure to read the comments. I always write something. If you're confused, I'll help you in the comments. Please try. You can do this. Okay, so I'm again going to go through a number of slides, and I want you to tell me, what does this slide describe? Okay, so I'm probably not going to take as long as it takes you to read, so I am going to go through this and then you can just stop it. So here we go with question 2. So what does this slide describe? And again, I will absolutely help you. Don't worry, I'm not going to mark you down a lot if you're getting guesses wrong, but at least just if you try, I'll give you credit, okay? Okay, this is question 3, slide 3. This is question 4. So what does this slide describe? This has got a lot to it, so just take a look and do your best, okay? What is this describing? And again, I will definitely help you, but you got to try. Okay, now the next few slides are going to be about what's called matrilineal relationships. Let me just read this to you. Most Europeans take their father's last name, and that is considered patrilineal, or from the father's lineage. Latinx are interesting because they take from the mother and the father. Most Native Americans practice matrilineal lineage, but almost in an extreme way. In their view, their family is only their mother's side. The following slides will show different aspects of matrilineal lineage. So here's question 6. Now this is a secondary source. Theta Purdue is a modern historian. But what is it describing here? And then 7, again from Theta Purdue. What's this describing? Question 8. What is this describing? And you don't have to write longer than the quote. Just tell me what you think the quote means. And question 9, what are the different roles of the different people? Please read it carefully. Okay, don't just make modern day assumptions. Read it carefully. Okay, so this is actually a picture of what the previous slide describes. You'll notice men and women out farming, but the main purpose for women was farming. So the land was theirs. They're providing most of the food. So just it's important to know. Okay, we're almost done actually. Question 10. So what is this saying? And think about who would be considered a first cousin, which side? And then question 11. This again is part of that matrilineal. Who are they allowed to kill, to show vengeance to? And I said, hopefully this will educate the belief that natives are always super useful. Not true. And it was the women who were in charge of vengeance. For credit, please describe the full quote here. Okay, question 12. This one is very strange. I mean, it's not strange when you see it, but it's hard to relate to. It's hard to translate. Let's just put it that way. So I'm going to help you, okay? They're using a lot of words. Hermaphrodite actually means somebody with both sex organs. And they call them these illness, like ill people. But remember, this is a French guy. They're pretty open about sexual stuff. And sodomy means homosexual sex. So let me just show you a picture, okay? This is what is this? So this is what's called a berdache, B-E-R-D-A-C-H-E, B-E-R-D-A-C-H-E. So it's a man dressed as a woman. So let's go back through. So there's several hermaphrodites. In other words, people who might be a man or a woman who go in a woman's habit, in other words, dress as a woman, but frequent the company of both sexes, so they hang out with men and women. These ill people are given to sodomy, so they're having sex with men, as well as the other savages that live near the river Mississippi. So yeah, most native tribes believed in what were called bear dashes. It's called something else now. That was kind of an old-fashioned term, but they believe that these people were usually like they could be the second wife of a chief. They had special spiritual powers. They farmed just like the women did. And yeah, but again, think about what the Europeans are going to think when they see this. Okay, so that is going to be it for this week. I will correct your work and help you get to understand what all this is about. Again, trying to figure out how to do this online since I've never done it online before. But let's see how you guys do. And don't worry, I don't usually do this. Usually it's a lot more guidance, but couldn't figure out a different way to do this. Hopefully it works. But hopefully you also found it interesting. Okay, well, good first week. Good job. Hopefully you all got this done before Sunday night. And next week we're going to do Virginia or the South. And then the following week will be the North and then the American Revolution. And we're moving along. Okay, thanks, you guys.